Pedri is living through a moment where all of Europe has no choice but to look his way. Spain's 6-0 demolition of Turkey turned the 2002-born midfielder into the headline act. Not because of the Golden Boy label he won back in 2021, but because of the maturity that has finally blossomed after years of turbulence. His brace against Turkey was the ultimate statement, arriving at the right moment, finishing with precision, and wrapping up a flawless performance. This isn't just a highlight, it feels like the beginning of Pedri's true prime. The road from his Golden Boy award in 2021 to where he stands today has been anything but smooth. That accolade may have introduced him to the world, but it was never the destination, only the starting line. At just 18, he was already in the Euro team of the tournament, a regular starter for Spain, carrying Barcelona week in and week out, and somehow surviving more than 70 matches in a single season that barely stretched over 12 months. Back then, Pedri was a phenomenon. Now, at 22, he's become something far more valuable, the beating heart of team and country. 3 years on from lifting that prestigious trophy, he steps into the 2024-25 season transformed, smarter tactically, stronger physically, and calmer in the way he handles every moment. The teenage innocence is gone. In its place stands one of the most enduring players in Europe, already logging 63 appearances and over 4,660 minutes by early September 2025. It's a staggering workload, and it brings back memories of the infamous 2020-21 season, a year that nearly broke him. A teenager asked to play for club, country, and even the Olympics, all in the same calendar year. His body paid the price. Injuries piled up, seasons slipped away, and he went 3 years without a single uninterrupted campaign. Pedri was like a rare diamond, overused before it had even been polished, stretched beyond its limits at the very moment it was still taking shape. But now the difference lies in preparation. Barcelona, alongside their revamped medical staff, have completely reshaped the way Pedri's body is managed. Personalized training programs, in-depth evaluations in Baltimore, and real-time biometric tracking have allowed them to fine-tune his workload, his recovery, and his performances. The result is a new Pedri, still the same technical genius, but steadier, more resilient, and built to last. His comeback isn't about flashy tricks, it's about making everything flow seamlessly. And then, on a September night in Turkey, he reminded all of Europe why his name cannot be ignored. It took him just 6 minutes to find the opener, finishing off a move with Mikel Merino. By the 62nd minute, his brace was complete, sealing a night where Spain put 6 past Turkey and never allowed the hosts a glimpse of hope. Pedri called it the perfect match. And he was right. He's no longer just a promising talent. He's the centerpiece of both Barcelona and Spain, the anchor around which everything revolves. Back in 2021, the world spoke about Pedri because of the sheer number of games he played. In 2025, they speak of him as the symbol of revival, at the right time in the right way. Once a prodigy nearly broken by injuries, he is now flourishing in his prime, carrying a blend of form, maturity, and football intelligence beyond his years. Pedri is in a phase where every touch of the ball feels like total control. In Spain's 6-0 triumph over Turkey, nearly every attacking move seemed to carry his fingerprints. Wearing the number 20 shirt, he dropped deep to help the defense build from the back, picked the perfect moments to shift the tempo, and most importantly, unlocked passes that placed his teammates exactly where they needed to be. No one benefited more than Mikel Merino, who walked away with a rare international hat trick thanks to Pedri's orchestration. What stood out most was Pedri's positioning. More and more, especially under Hansi Flick at Barcelona, he operates from deeper areas. No longer a traditional number 10, he has evolved into a deep-lying playmaker, the player of responsibility, the one who dictates the rhythm, who manages the emotions of a match. For Spain, that role becomes even more flexible. Coach Luis de la Fuente sometimes pushes him higher up, demanding a sharper attacking edge. But that versatility only highlights the tactical depth Pedri now possesses. He is not tied to a single role. Instead, he adapts to whatever the team requires in whatever phase of the game. And yet, What makes his story so compelling is how close he came to missing out on all of this. As a teenager, Pedri once trialed at Real Madrid. Within days, he was sent home, dismissed as lacking the technical level required. Back then, nobody could have imagined that this skinny kid would one day command the midfields of Barcelona and Spain. Today, his presence in the center of the pitch feels almost poetic. Once rejected for being too fragile, he now stands as the embodiment of resilience, rebuilt physically, redefined through discipline. Pedri carries the elegance of David Silva, but with a more classic style. If Silva was a painter, brushing vibrant colors onto the canvas, then Pedri is an architect, quietly sketching blueprints in his mind and laying down each brick with precision on the pitch. He doesn't always surprise you, but everything he does comes at exactly the right moment, exactly when it's needed. Pedri knows the bitterness of pushing beyond his limits. The 2020-21 season remains a haunting chapter in his young career. At just 18 years old, he played an astonishing 75 matches in a single year: La Liga, Copa del Rey, the Euros, even the Tokyo Olympics. Back then, Pedri was like a raw diamond, polished too quickly. He shone brightly, but without the foundation strong enough to withstand such relentless pressure. Minor aches snowballed into persistent injuries, robbing him of 3 crucial years and forcing him into a constant battle just to reclaim himself. That's why Spain's recent 6-0 thrashing of Turkey felt like such a statement. Pedri was at the heart of it, scoring twice in a performance where every action had purpose, nothing wasted. His opening goal in the 6th minute ended any tension before the game could even take shape. His second, in the 62nd, came when the contest was already settled, a moment he instinctively knew was his cue to arrive in the box. For Pedri, it all seemed effortless, as if he was simply doing his job. But that, in truth, is what makes him so frightening. What makes Pedri truly special is his ability to pace himself. He doesn't waste energy chasing every ball, nor does he surge forward recklessly, even though he has the ability to break lines. Every burst of brilliance is the product of patience, watching, weighing, and choosing the perfect moment. He plays like someone who has already been burned by the fire and now knows exactly where the limits lie. In the 2024-25 season, Pedri has already played over 4,660 minutes. The number is strikingly close to that hellish 2020-21 campaign, yet this Pedri is nothing like the one from 4 years ago. Yes, he still plays a lot, but now he does it with control, with science, with a deeper understanding of his body. At this stage, Pedri has nothing left to prove. He doesn't chase the spotlight, nor does he get lost in the race for individual trophies. For him, every match is an exhibition of composure, a quiet reminder that brilliance doesn't have to come at the cost of pain, if you know your purpose and your place. At just 22, Pedri has entered a level of maturity that goes far beyond promise. He is the heartbeat of Barcelona and Spain, a player who has endured the pain of injuries, rebuilt his body, and learned how to make his career sustainable. He can score, he can create, or he can simply keep the game flowing. Whatever role he takes on, he radiates reliability. His brace against Turkey was just one glimpse of a longer journey, one where Pedri is proving he has reached his peak the right way, at the right time. In a football world often ruthless to young legs, Pedri stands as proof that talent only truly shines when it is managed wisely and nurtured with resilience. He is no longer the golden boy of old. He is the leader of a new generation, the symbol of maturity and control.